Do not click away. While this is not the monthly video, which we'll still be doing, it is a major update for the channel as a whole, and if you care about what we do here on Unreal History, you will lend us your ears and eyes for just a few minutes. We know how hard it is to keep attention these days, so please trust us when we say we're not trying to waste your time. Somewhat recently, we had a poll for our alternate history channel. This channel here, Unreal History. For us, it was a big thing, with around 1/10 of the subscribers of our channel at the time voting. Again, this is big for us. In actuality, we didn't even break a triple digits of votes, but it laid out a distinct desire from the fans for what our channel should look like in the future. Riding high on our thing with Kalos, we decided to ask those interested what they really wanted from our channel going forward. Not in a specific scenarios sort of way, but rather in the vein of the sort of alternate history channel we were going to be. Every channel in the alternate history community has a thing, a shtick, a general operating procedure, if you will. We're starting to get a bit bigger and a bit closer to monetization, so we wanted to establish that for ourselves quite early, for that matter, so we didn't have to deal with switching things around and destroying whatever goodwill we can make with the algorithm while still learning how all of this works. In short, we want to be an established channel with a proper, recognizable style before YouTube ever even considers giving us money for what we do. We want the members and advertisers on YouTube to have the same understanding that our patrons have of us, that we got goals and plans and ideas for the world, and that we are what some might call a bit uncompromising on them. What you see with Unreal History is mostly what you get. We're not special, but we do have our own way of doing things, and we try to stick with it and stay consistent. Now, to our elation, art fell quickly by the wayside. We're not an artist, and what art we do have has been completely ignored even by the people who say they'll support us. We have a lot of stuff going on in our life, so we don't think we would end up having the time to make some meteoric rise to great artistic prowess, or even passable and entertaining blob figures like we get from Cody with Alternate History Hub. We briefly considered doing a Historia Civilis-style blocks and circles and ovals type deal, but at the end of the day, we decided that we much prefer our own way of doing things, and that would just be copying a dude we ultimately have too much respect for to do dirty like that. And of course, we got a lot of pushback both privately and publicly about having AI images in the collaboration with Kalos, so we think we're just going to leave that one by the wayside and instead seek other artists like Aveline Ryu to provide original hand-drawn content for our videos whenever we cannot simply get some photography offline. Collaborations would have been really cool, and of course we'll always be interested in doing more, but this option would have made collaborators our first thing. Go out, find other small creators, collaborate with them at every stage. We gather this would have gotten us super popular, super fast, but it also feels like it would just be clout chasing to us, which is not really our style. And without a doubt, it would be completely unsustainable, and once we got big enough, we'd need to find a totally different way of revamping the channel, which sort of flies in the face of this whole poll in the first place. Finally, our golden duo, real history lessons and immersive worlds. These were neck and neck for several days, and it was anyone's guess until immersive long-term stories pulled ahead. But we gotta say, we're gonna prioritize both of these in the long run. Our big thing has already been to make long-term series, as evidenced by people chomping at the bit for Third Odyssey 4 #NotInStores, the re-debut of Bronze Age Romans, which we are adopting from Kalos, which we'll do this month. And we've even had a few people inquiring about a continuation of the channel's opening series, the Meiji Caliphate. Our trip to Trajan's Rome is already around half of what we would require to get to the second episode, which is already completely scripted and ready for edit and recording. And Tanguo just got way better reception than we thought it would ever get, already at over 1/3 the normal like total, encouraging us to continue this series with Aveline Ryu. Long story short, it's no surprise that these big, immersive, deeply built stories make the cut, because it's the sort of thing we've already been designing our channel around. Moreover, these stories are built specifically to showcase how history actually was, not about alliances and wars, cataclysmic conflicts, and religious conflicts, at least not primarily, but rather our channel has always focused a lot more on the individual and low administrative level of the world at large. Third Odyssey has a lot of expansion and the like, but it's all about how the people expand, how the culture adapts, and how societal pressures create new opportunities and technologies alongside novel opportunities that anyone might take advantage of if they were to have the time and inclination. Unrealistic, but not impossible, is the modus operandi of this channel. And we think this is an excellent opportunity to look at what we've already made, at the small but seemingly loyal fandom that gathers around us, and make the decision that we're going to start changing things up for the whole of it. Don't worry about Bronze Age Romans. We're going to be renaming the series to Latina Supra Aere, meaning Latin over bronze. It's less clickbaity, but it comes out better as a title than What If the Romans Went Back in Time to the Bronze Age Collapse Part whatever. We'll be absolutely getting out not just a continuation of the series this month, but also a fiction setting that will increase immersion even more, and it will probably be put over on Philosophy Explorers. Philosophy Explorers seems to be becoming the dumping ground for all of the other channels and universes they spin off of, so please do consider checking that out through the Linktree link in the description. Finally, to facilitate the progress of things, we're going to be using our trip to Trajan's Rome as a sort of filler series that we can update whenever we want. At any given point in time, we think we'll always have one of these series around just to pour our spare time into and give everyone a proper, dedicated story scenario that everyone can just sort of get behind without having to vote it in or anything like that. We'll still have Patreon votes, for example, and the Bronze Age transition is still in the works, just like Atlantis is over in the works on Milo Rossi's channel. But there will always be an Our Trip to Trajan's Rome setting in the background, and we'll update it as we see fit rather than at the expectations or demands of the viewers. Consider it the series we go to when we just need to take a break from the hustle and bustle of the rest of the channels. With all that out of the way, we think that this has been a decent enough update. Long story short, this channel will be doubling down on the extra long but fairly unflashy format that we've had all along, with a background series that we'll work on for our own entertainment alongside the Patreon voted scenarios and continuations of previous scenarios that we have reached the requisite like totals for. Please consider checking out our Patreon via that Linktree link in the description and pledging even just $1 a month. Our whole ass operation is a one-shy situation right now, and the economy is really bad, and the farm loses a lot of business in the rainy season. So every dollar helps to keep the lights on, the internet going, and us making more content. Patrons get to vote on the scenarios we cover, as well as vote on many other things in different channels, get their name in the credits at the end of most things we do on most channels, get their name in the game where applicable on the Let's Play channel, and there are many other cool rewards that are available and expanding all the time. Thanks for listening, everyone. Stand strong, stand together.